In this video, I will discuss a number of key aspects related to Hawala money transfers. We will cover what is a Hawala system. I will show you with a practical example how a Hawala money transfer works and why the so-called black Hawala hides high risks of money laundering. But before we dive into it, if you're finding valuable this video, make sure you subscribe to FinCrime Agent and press the thumb up on this video. This will make it super easy for you to consume new videos that are going live on my channel, and it will allow me to create more contents for you. So with the housekeeping done, let's jump right into today's video. Hi, I'm Marco Beranzoni and this is FinCrime Agent, my YouTube channel where every week I publish a new video to boost your awareness about anti-money laundering and financial crime prevention. This week's topic is all about Hawala. I have completed my research across a number of publications to recap in one video the most juicy aspects of this very old, parallel and unregulated remittance system. So, what is Hawala system? Hawala is considered an alternative remittance system which operates outside of the traditional banking or financial system. This method of transferring money was originally developed in India before the introduction of traditional banking practices rolled out by countries in the West. Hawala global presence is currently very significant and is still considered a major remittance system used around the world. Hawala is the most known name of this alternative remittance system. However, there are several networks globally using the same technique. Another example of the same technique used by Hawala is the Fei Qian or flying money system, originally developed in China and then spread around the world. To expand more on what is the Hawala system, I'd like to use a quote from a publication prepared by FinCEN in cooperation with Interpol and FOPAC. So the papers say the components of Hawala that distinguish it from other remittance systems are trust and the extensive use of connections, such as family relationships or regional affiliation. Unlike traditional banking or even the Fei Qian system, Hawala makes minimal and often no use of any sort of negotiable instruments. Transfers of money take place based on communications between members of a network of Hawaladars, or also known as Hawala dealers. How does the Hawala system work? To easily understand how a Hawala money transfer can take place, I will bring up a practical example. Jamal is an Indian person living in London working for a car wash. When Jamal entered into the UK, he accessed the country using a tourist visa which has now expired for some time. From his car wash job, Jamal managed to save £1,000 that he now wished to send to his wife Fatima back in Mumbai. To make this transfer, Jamal tries to open a bank account in UK and he discovers that due to his illegal status, even if he actually manages to get an account from a UK bank, the bank will sell him Indian rupees at the official rate, which is considered very expensive for him. To make the payment, the UK bank will additionally charge transactional cost for the international transfer. Once the funds will reach a receiving bank in India, in order for Fatima to actually receive the cash, Jamal would also need to organize a delivery courier service, which is going to cost him an extra £30, and it would take up to 1 week for the cash delivery to be completed. Jamal knows about the existence of Hawala money transfers and is reaching out to his Hawala connection Kamir, who is also based in London. Kamir, who is a part-time Hawaladar, offers to Jamal the following conditions: a 5% commission for handling the transaction, an exchange rate more convenient than what the bank offered to Jamal, no cost for delivering the cash to Fatima in Mumbai, and funds available to Fatima in 24 hours. Jamal sees this as an opportunity and decides to go ahead with the Hawala offer made by Kamir. At this point, Jamal only needs to pay the £1,000 to Kamir and explain how the hawaladar in India can reach Fatima. Kamir will now contact his hawaladar contact in Mumbai, which is called Samesh, asking to bring the agreed rupee amount to Fatima. The question you might have now is how Samesh is going to be reimbursed from Kamir. There could be many types of arrangements between Kamir and Samesh to allow hawala money transfer to take place. Here are a few examples. Kamir and Samesh are already business partners, so they will have a chance through their existing business relationship to transfer money between each other. Another option could be that Samesh already owes, for whatever reason, money to Kamir. Hence, by paying money to Fatima, Samesh is repaying his existing debt to Kamir. Another instance could be that Kamir and Samesh are involved in import-export and use the under or over-invoicing technique in order to transfer extra amounts of money between them. I explained the TBML techniques of under-invoicing and over-invoicing in one other of my videos, so if you want to find out more about how they work, check the link right above. So why people use Hawala? What I just described may sound quite bizarre or strange to some of you, asking why people would still use Hawala today. As we've seen in our example though, there are cases when people migrating to new countries, either legally or illegally, can struggle to open a regular bank account. In some circumstances, also the person or family member receiving the transfer may not have a bank account for a number of reasons. People can live in a very remote or undeveloped area. They could be based in a country at war, experiencing political instability or under extreme regimes, making Hawala the only plausible money transfer channel for them. In some cases, people use Hawala in fear that their money could be stolen by unregulated, corrupted financial institutions that are operating in their home countries, and some other use Hawala as they don't generally trust banks or hate banks and the Western system altogether. As you can see, there are still many realities that are keeping alive the demand for Hawala money transfers. Therefore, to satisfy the demand, the Hawala global presence remains very significant across also Western countries. But what's your view on this? Do you think the private and public sector should do more to bring down the Hawala global presence? Let me know if you have any opinion about this in the video comment right below. Let's also find out how is Hawala used to launder money. So far we have seen an example of what they call white Hawala, which implies that funds and the intent for Hawala money transfer are considered to be legitimate. Black Hawala money transfer is a label that is instead used for Hawala illegitimate transactions and therefore associated with some serious offense like narcotic trafficking, fraud or other predicate crimes listed by the Sixth Money Laundering Directive. The use of black Hawala still creates significant concern today for money laundering, as it can allow international transfer of funds with the ability to facilitate the placement, layering and integration of illicit money using the Hawala network. Let's start with placement. As no regulated institution monitors the transfer of funds, there will be no one to do the reporting of transactions above the £10,000 limit to the relevant crime agency, allowing the placement of illicit funds by criminals that are using the Hawala money transfer network. For the layering phase, if we look at the layering stage, Hawala transfer leave a very limited or random paper trail, if any. Even when investigators are dealing with basic Hawala transfer, it's often difficult to trace and identify the source of criminal money. This can be even more complex to understand when multiple layers of transactions are initiated via Hawala brokers located in several countries and by distributing the transfer over time. The large Hawala global presence makes this illegal operation still possible and unfortunately also very hard to detect. Then we have the integration stage, and like the other two stages of money laundering, also for the integration, the final stage of money laundering, Hawala is an ideal environment for criminals to transfer money and establish an appearance of legitimacy. Money can be reinvested in several ways, including the real estate sector, or be transferred internationally as part of investments in many business activities. So with that, I'm at the end of today's video covering aspects of the Hawala network. If this video was useful to you, you can show your appreciation and support my channel by subscribing to FinCrime Agent and press the thumb up on this video. Also, remember to check the description of this video where you will find useful links related to the research that I have completed about the Hawala network, and you will also find out how to become part of our community on patreon.com. And lastly, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and until next time, see you soon.